Hi there, my name is Nalan and this is a review of the phone Sony Ericsson W580i. So I got this phone around a month back and I've been playing with it and I like it. The first thing I saw about this phone was, as I got into my hand, was it has a matte finish, and so it's really cool to hold it in your hand. Also, it has a kind of a cool structure with this little bend you can see here. That is kind of cool. I mean, yeah, sounds weird when I say it, but it is kind of cool. The other thing is this is a slide phone, so you slide it up to unlock it. You can also unlock it in the slide down mode, and that would be press this and then this, and that's unlocked. The one problem, because we're on the unlocking and locking thing here, is when you're in this mode you cannot do anything to lock it. You need to go up and then go down to lock it. There's another way actually to lock it, which is kind of inconvenient, but you can press the button here and then select the top button here. It's the power button. Just select it, press it once, and then select the option of key lock from that menu. That's kind of inconvenient. I had a flip phone earlier, so all I would do for locking that phone was just close the lid, and that habit has kind of stayed with me. So I do that and it does not lock. So sometimes what happens is that I press this other button by mistake and launches the internet, and I don't even know that it's working. That's a major inconvenience. But I like this phone. That is all my fault here. I need to just adjust to the new phone. But otherwise, I really like this phone. This has got really cool features. The first one being this button. It's known as the Walkman button. And I'm gonna unlock the phone and show it to you now. Here it is. So you press this and it brings up the Walkman application. So the phone itself is called Sony Ericsson Walkman W580i, and this is the Walkman application which they talk about so much. When you press this button, the Walkman button, by default it brings you to the last song that you played, but you can select your options and get to such a screen which I will tell you says artists, albums, tracks, playlists, and online channels. I haven't tried online channels yet, but all this is really nice. So basically it really just replicates having an iPod, except of course for plagiarism issues they don't call it an iPod, or they don't have the same interface, but it is a good interface, and it's kind of black and stuff. It looks really cool. That's it about the Walkman. I will not tell you about the camera here. So it has a camera, you slide it up. This is your camera right here, and it has a resolution of 2 megapixel. The first time I took a picture with this camera, I was really surprised when I saw it on my computer, because I did not expect 2 megapixel to be so clear. And then one of my friends told me that the iPhone has the same resolution, so I was really impressed, because I'm getting the same camera resolution as an iPhone. I know it's not the same interface, but it's a good phone and it's a good camera in the phone. Next thing is how you connect this with the computer. You can connect it using a Bluetooth. It has a built-in Bluetooth, or you can also connect it using the USB. For the USB you need a software, and you can download it for free on the I think on the Sony Ericsson website. Then let me tell you about the expandable memory. It has a slot here right on top, and it takes quite a little bit of an effort for the first time, but it opens up and you almost feel like you're not going to break it, but you don't. And you open it up and you can put an M2 card in this thing. So M2 cards are kind of rare to go by, but they are there, and you can get a 2 gig M2 card for somewhere like 20 bucks. I'm gonna get that soon. So this button here just changes the volume, increases or decreases the volume, and it's kind of really just obvious. It increases or decreases the volume of the ringtones if you are not in a call, or the volume of the person you're talking to when you're in a call. The next thing is a really redundant feature, but everybody I tell about, everybody just loves it. If you can see closely, there would be well, you can't, but so the feature, they call it the pedometer, and it measures, if you switch it on, it will measure the number of steps you've taken in a day. And I mean, it has serves no purpose, but it's just kind of cool to talk about it. Apart from measuring the steps you've taken every day, it also will it can also, I mean, if you switch on the required option, it'll also tell you what speed you're running at, or many other stuff, and it keeps also a big record of how many steps you run. So I've had this for a month, almost a month, actually more than a month now, and it still has all my records from the last month. So I know it has a 1 month capacity at least. So other features of this phone include the stopwatch, and it has an alarm and a calendar, and it has customizable shortcut keys with this so it has these this ring, and it has this ring in the center, and it has these 4 keys on right here. So you can customize all these keys to according to your preferences. I have it to the camera application, the profile selection, the calendar, and the contacts, but you can customize them. I had a phone earlier in which when I used to type text messages, it used to give me a lot of delay. It doesn't happen with this phone. It is actually really nice and convenient to type on this phone, except for one little thing, that you have to when you slide this open and you're typing in the top row, this lower edge actually interferes with your typing a bit, but I don't text a lot, so I don't really care too much about that. Then let's talk about some negatives now. So this has a low phone memory. It's really just, I don't even know, I think it's probably just a couple of megabytes, or something like 4 to 6 megabytes, so you definitely need an expandable memory card for this. Then the other problem with this phone is that, for like my earlier phone, for different profiles that I used to have on the phone, I could actually have different ringtones. I can't have that. It's one ringtone for every profile. Then one more thing, that you cannot open the back of this thing to remove your battery and your SIM card. It's really inconvenient, it is, because whenever you try to open it, this will just slide back, and so you have to be really careful. It's almost like a surgical procedure. But one big positive in this phone is that every time you have an option, you can actually select, you actually get an option called the info, and I will show you that now in this. For example, if you have the pedometer application on, you will just click on an info button to get more information about that application, and that is really convenient because it tells you what you're going to do. So all in all, this is a good phone. I love it. Even despite the negatives it has, I still rate this phone 5 out of 5 and recommend this to anybody. Thank you.